everybody. Right. It's Monday the 6th of April. Our Prime Minister is in the hospital in intensive care. Coronavirus is still doing its rounds pretty heavily. But tonight we're going to take a break from all the nightmarish shit happening outside the window, and we're going to look at some games development. So let's turn this down a bit and see where we're at. Hey, right. Let's get cracking. So if you were watching our last episode, I had a bit of a problem with the audio fading in and out. It was a really stupidly easy fix, which is always the way usually. So just for those that are interested, the problem was I'd done something really stupid. You probably point it out in the comments, but I had this on tween completed. So when the fade in and fade out complete, they stop the audio, right? So I had a signal from my fade in. When the tween ends, the music will be stopped. No, it doesn't. We don't want to stop it. We want to carry on. So we only want to have a signal on fade out. So when this tween ends, the sound will stop. Yes, we copied this from somewhere else. Tween music volume down to 0, minus 80 decibels. Tween music volume up to 0, normal. it's actually, it's not going down to 80 decibels. I'm going up to 0, or selected volume. That's a point actually. If there is no volume passed, volume, we need to check to make sure volume's actually got a value there. I like this little track. So, okay. I have no idea how to do that in Godot. Let's have a little look, shall we? Godot, check if a value is, what is it? It's a float. Actually, you know what? It'll just be if it's not null, right? Maybe. Because elevator, background audio 0, minus 6. Oh, we do have a default value in there. Yeah, we must set in our location script. We must set. Yeah, we do. We set it to be 0 by default, so that's fine. So we don't need to check that. Cool. All right. So we're good to go. So anyway, so I've got it working. There we go. Turn my volume up a bit. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters. So if I just pause, good old young carts. We have a listen there. Can you hear the sound? The sound of the engines, or whatever the hell. Don't even know where we are yet. Steph is yet to tell us, but we're somewhere. So now when I move to the elevator, fades in the new audio. Move into R&D. Yeah. So next thing, we should have some sort of transition for the image, and we should have some audio transition. So well, you weren't looking yesterday. I went and found this. Where is it? Just bring this up. Where are we? Dev Godot. Audio. And here we go. Listen to this. it's footsteps anyway. Let's get this up running. Hopefully it works still. Pretty sure. Oh, you know what? It's quite quiet. It's very quiet. If you can hear that, let me ramp that right up. It's quite subtle. Quite like it though. I like the subtleness of it. So we got footsteps. Actually, so back in the day, back in 2006, I ran a little project called Hull Breach, and I have huge, copious amounts of audio relating to that project. I don't know if I had them all here. Let's have a quick peek, see what we've got at hand. Yeah, I've got a few sounds here, but I mean, honestly, we had so many. I doubt I've got them on my computer. They're probably on some drive somewhere. So, but we had some cool sounds. Honestly, I want to bring on the guy that did it. We actually had, so all these sounds here were made as part of the project. And they're real noises. I can't remember, but I'm fairly sure someone was going out and recording these. I don't know why. Could quite easily just grab them off a stock site. But anyway, so these were all like modified to make some of the cool guns that we used. Actually, you know what? They look awfully like. I think that's just a folder full of Counter-Strike Go sounds. Counter-Strike, whatever Counter-Strike was out at the time. No, yep, that's just a CS sound reel pack. Coded gun sounds, perfect. Yeah, I don't know where the actual game noises were. I shall dig those out for later. Anyway, right. So, hey Callum, how we doing? So, Callum, I don't know if you saw, but here we are. We've got the audio playing here. We're transitioning into quarters. And we're basically just setting some background audio scene. Can you hear that okay? Sound alright? So that's stereo white noise at different pitches, just to give each of these backgrounds some kind of sound. That's crashing because we don't have an audio for it. So, wow. There we go. So we should probably check and kick out some sort of error if there's no audio, but not crash. So we need to check to see, like, does audio exist? It's probably dying at this point, right? Also, my output here, I've got this printout. I don't know where I put it. The printout's not. Oh, it's here. This is clearly not working very well. Not sure why. Maybe it is working, and it's highlighting a real issue with my code here. But it sounds good. It's just that what I'm seeing in the printout here, which are the levels of audio, well, it just doesn't make any sense, because we have
wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on. Your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
So we can see down here we've got bus 1. So that's playing the audio at the moment. Bus 2 set at -80, which means that we have audio primed on bus 2, but it's basically quiet. But what should have happened is bus 2 should have stopped. So if anything reaches 80, we should be stopping the audio. I don't know whether we should do some sort of check here. Say, well, if it's -80, don't bother playing it. Looking great, sounds great. No idea what the code issue would be, but visuals are definitely coming along. Can't wait to get some artists in there. Hey, thanks, Callum. Well, hopefully, Callum, it'll be you. tomorrow, right? So what I need some help with is the UI. So at the moment, I created this, right? You've seen that before, Callum? Oops, this one here, which is pretty rubbish. But we do need some sort of process of, these are locations you can navigate to. Here's where I currently am, and it'll replay the current narration. And then we need some sort of objects in this area. We need characters in this area. And we need some sort of dialogue system for talking to those characters. Then we might need an inventory, a settings, and a quit. And then obviously we want to build some cool stuff around this background image and the play button. So something else I was looking at last night, and I didn't have a good chance to look at it, was I found some spectral analysis or analyzer programs. Let me see. How do I import a project? Browse, Godot, demos. Here we go. Spectral visualizer. Perfect. Let's have a look at this. Failed to load dependencies. Fix the dependencies. Meshes. Player. I don't see what the problem is. Is it saying it can't find those? Right. What the heck? Nice. It looks awesome. Hit play. Do I need some music for this to work? Nope. No difference. Okay, so that doesn't work. Let's try the other project. So import demos. Visualizer. Try this one. Which is generated an older engine, must be converted. Okay. Oh, okay. Looks better. Let's hit play. Oh yeah. Okay, I have no idea what's going on there. There's no notes. Let's look at the script. Get peak volume left plus get peak volume right. Okay. Oh, okay. So, oh, cool. Wow, that's so simple. I think so. It looks like all it's doing is it's setting these things here, which are pictures of the Godot engine logo. Yeah, so it's setting these. I think it's changing the heights based on the audio, the peak audio. So it's looking for the left audio and the right audio. So it's saying center Hbox V1, so that's this here. Value. Wait, what is this node? It is a texture progress. I have no idea what texture progress is. Oh, it's a texture progress. This could be the answer we need, though, to make our own spectral. So, okay, yep, no worries, man. It's texture progress. Godot. Texture progress. Oh, okay, right. So it's basically looks like it's filling the node up. So what's supposed to happen is that these little guys should fill up depending on the volume. It's quite loud. Let's go to audio. Not making any difference. I think the problem might be that the audio system has completely changed It's a totally different system now. And this is from an old version of Godot. Get bus index 1. Man, I mean, it seems like a really simple system here. So if I can do something like that, that'd be cool. We can have some little bars going up and down. I did a little picture here where I had the wave at the back here. I thought that'd be cool, something that didn't interfere too much with the background image, but gave you some idea. Just, something of interest that plays in the background would be great. Right, let's look at our list of things we need to do. What are we going to do today? Man, there's so many fun things to work on. One thing at a time. So we've got our fade in, fade out working. I'm going to put a score through that because I think that's done. Could be wrong, but let's straight that through. Happy days. Sound, background sound per location. Yeah, I think we've nailed it. I don't know if there's anything else we need to do, but we'll come back to it if we do. Transition sound per exit. Okay, I think that's what we've got to do today. Let's get some footsteps in. Let's get some lifts whirring. Let's fire Godot back up. So we have a concept of location. Very simple. Location, only one node, and it has some values set to it. So what we're saying is that for every exit, we should have a transition sound. So we need to be able to make a list of transition sounds and then pick the transition sound on a per exit basis. I wonder if there's any sort of concept of 2D array in the editor, because I mean this is a bit. What I'd really like for the exits is to be like a some kind of drop down list of locations, so you can pick the exit will be a given location that already exists. So there's probably a way of doing that, like the editor actually reading the nodes that exist at this time and allowing you to pick which nodes will be in play. So failing that though, what we need is just a corresponding list, or we can comma delimit. Let's just try putting in a 2D array and see what we get. 2D array in Godot. Let's have a look. Maybe we're better off setting an object for exit and then giving an exit, 2 values. Godot object. Let's just define an object in GD script. Just thinking of I don't really. It's not instancing I need, but just to be able to define an object in the code. Again, this is all utilizing existing nodes. Probably need to do a bit of a swat up on Godot, because on GD script, I've really not spent too much time learning the code. I'm just Googling everything as it comes up. Oh my goodness. Phone calls in the middle of this. Sorry about that. Let me just turn the volume off. Can't turn the volume off. Right. Oh, whoa. There we go. Turn the volume down a bit. Okay. All right. Okay. Should I create a new object called exit? I mean, an exit is just a type of location. Should a location have its own transition? Depends where you're going, right? Maybe each location needs a transition in and a transition out. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, no, wait, maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does. So if we think of, let's create a new section here, audio transitions. Let's look at two examples. We've got an elevator. Oops. Oh my God. And we've got the bedroom, the quarters. So if you enter the elevator from quarters, what sort of sound would we get? If we exit the elevator to quarters, what sort of sound do we get? If we exit the quarters, so sorry, we want to use the same construct here. So if we enter the quarters from the elevator, and if we exit the quarters from the elevator to the elevator. My God, I really can't spell elevator. Right. So if you enter the elevator from the quarters, we might have the lift door open plus footsteps. If you exit the elevator to the quarters, or yeah, you might have a ding, lift door open plus footsteps. If you exit the elevator to the quarters, then again, you probably have the same thing. You enter the quarters from the elevator, that's going to be the same thing again. Exit the quarter. These are all the same transition. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, if I run the game right now, and just pause this again. So
you wake up from a deep slumber and
I click this button here, and go into the elevator. I think, I mean, this image sets a bad precedent because the idea of the elevator location is that I'm inside the elevator. So actually what I need is some kind of lift music, right? You need to be able to have it in the head that you're actually in the elevator, and then these are the buttons for the different floors. So if you're already in the quarters, you see, actually, it's a bit of a deeper problem. Because what we're saying here is, so I just want more space to plan this out. Break. So when you're in the elevator, you've got 3 exits or 3 different floors. Pick a floor, right? If you pick a floor So, I mean, maybe we're supposed to have the concept of what floor we're on. Maybe you are... hello, mister. It's my doggy. Come on then, up, up, up. So maybe we want to be moving up and down in the elevator and pressing the buttons. Locationally, what that means is the elevator has 3 locations, right? It has a location at the quarters, a location at R&D, and a location on the other place, wherever it was. So that means you could have a transition audio between the different floors, and like a ding as you reach that floor. And so your options are up and down, or let's just have a little think about that. So if you have quarters, elevator, let's call it the elevator quarters, right? And then your exits from elevator quarters are button. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do it because you're right. Let's just do a little proof of concept here. So what we're talking about here then is this becomes elevator quarters. Then if I duplicate that, I don't know why I can't duplicate anymore. Maybe I need to be in 2D mode. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 3 elevators, right? We've got elevator quarters, we've got elevator R&D, and we've got elevator medical. Right, so now elevator quarters, the arrays it has are, so these should be options. So it really is important to have appropriate text for what the option should be. At the moment we're saying the exit is the target. So I think, okay, you know what this what we're doing here is we've discovered the need for exit data, because an exit shouldn't just be an array with 1, 2, 3, exit, exit, exit. It should be 3 bits of information, I believe. It should be the target, a location. It should be the exit name, string that's printed, right? And the transition audio. If we do that, now we have flexibility in how and where the exits lead. So how can we create that object as part of this structure? Is it possible to create something flexible like that? Because, yeah, it'd be great to like load a list of values up from a script and then display them here. Maybe it's time to pull out global and allow these guys to access global. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Either the auto load function, because one of the other things I want is the ability to stream on demand rather than like saying what files everything has to use. So having some sort of library which we can build up inside a text file would be beneficial. I'm going to make this too laborious. What other options does Godot have for this sort of thing? Godot GD script. Let's just look at the docs. See what options we've got here. Let's turn off the hum of the engines. So here we go. That's pretty cool. It's giving us lots of examples of things here. So it looks like dictionaries might be the answer. Let's just see what happens if we set up a dictionary as an export and how it looks in the enums. Could be useful for transitions. I might be able to use this as well. Sure that is what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's try a dictionary, see what happens. So we'll set up all right, what's that going to give us? Yeah. It's pretty cool. It makes sense to have an array of dictionary values. Can we do that? I'm not sure how we'd format that. Let's have a look. Godot array of dictionaries. Okay. Let's just try this as an example. Let's see what comes out. So if we export the array, yeah, can we not? I take it we can't do it. No. Can we define it inside the structure? Maybe. Interesting. So we've defined a dictionary state inside this, but we'd have to do the same thing here manually. right? So we have to create a new dictionary and then add on the new pairs. Maybe we can set up like a default. You're going to have this many locations, and if they're not set, then we won't put anything in. Preload objects. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure how we target the transition audio. It's a weird one. We're going to do that. We've got to have some sort of string or some sort of object for transition audio, but I like this general concept. Let's try it for now. It's not going to add too much complexity to it. We can come back and change it if we need to. So what we're saying then is we're going to have a number of dictionaries, and we're going to pre-populate these with our keys and values. So we want to have, let's paste that down there. Oops. Okay, so we want something we are calling target location. And that's going to have a value of, oops, well, whatever we want, empty at the moment. Then we're also going to have the exit name. I don't know whether we should call it exit string or it's basically the name that's outputted. Again, empty. And then transition audio. And that's going to be empty as well. All right, and now I can just copy this. And let's say we want to have up to 6 exits. That's enough, right? You can always change it to have more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, let's have a look at our exits now. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So we have completely changed the way this all works. So we need to make some tweaks now. So all our locations and target locations are a bit messed up. Okay, I'm going to get rid of things like the development lab. Not using that really. R&D. Oh, look, it seems to have kept some of these old exit definitions in place. So reset. There we go. Right, okay, let's start the quarters then. So okay, so our target location is elevator, but now it's elevator quarters, right? I hope that's right. And so we can say enter the elevator as our text, our exit text, and then the transition audio we use, we'll call it enter lift. Yeah, we want something that we can reuse over and over again. So is that saved? Yeah. Do we want to put anything else in there? No. So we've got one exit. So we need to change our exit code so it spits out an exit based on this information. So we could fill all the rest out, but just in case we enter some problems here, let's look at this first. So current location, that's based on location name. So we're going to need to update this elevator quarters. Again, we're probably going to, I thought we might come back to this. I wonder if we should just target the node name and have this what you see on the screen, you know? Because you're in the elevator, right? So you just want to see elevator. You don't want to see elevator quarters, elevator R&D. Maybe you want to see elevator level 1, level 2, but we need some sort of internal link. Makes it a lot easier for us to map everything together. Let's just hook this up first and see where we're at. So, okay, so we've got our quarters. I need to reference this first of all. How the hell do I reference this dictionary? And if I play it right now, it's just going to crash, right? So it's saying, hang on a sec, what the hell's exit? So we're looping through exits. And it's like, what the hell are you stepping through? So we've now got an array of dictionaries. So we're not, hold on. Yeah, it's just, wait. Let me have a look at our definition again. Yeah, okay, so that's array value 1, 0, it's array value 1, and so on, right? So to target the target location, it would be exit square bracket 0, close square bracket, and then target location, and that would give us this value here. I'm not sure how we access that in Godot dictionary. Let's have a look at some example code. Yeah, so you just put the text in a string. That's it. Okay, so if I do a test here, display exits, try and get something out before it crashes, I should be able to just go print a location node exits 0, and then what do we put in? Target underscore location. Where's this? There's no closed speech mark there, is that? Oh yeah. So target underscore location. Right. That should print out elevator quarters. Let's try it. Go to our output. Yep. Okay, cool. So we're accessing it. So when we loop through every exit here, then we're still exit. Okay, yeah. So it's exit, open brackets, and then the value we want. So the value is going to be location name. Is that what we called it? I don't know if that's a great idea. Still don't think that's descriptive enough. Oh, where are we? Exit name. Exit name. Okay. The display string. Can we put help text on these? I bet we can as well. That would be cool as. Adding help text to export Godot. Tooltips, yeah. To do will end up in the tooltip. Wait. This is just asking for ways to do it. "29 days ago," so it's not happened yet. Yeah. It looks like we can't really do this unless there's an object or something. That's pretty cool though. We could define an object and then, I think, say it's of this object type. It'd be better than the way we're doing it. So that would mean creating a scene called exit, defining the properties of exit, and then exporting an object type of exit. The trouble is, that all sounds great, but I don't think, I'm not sure that'll do anything other than what we're already seeing here, because we just end up describing these elements of exit in the exit object anyway, right? So, nope. We'll carry on with where we're going. Okay, so for buttons in Git tree, group exits, it's fine. Target location. So button exit name. What's this? Oh, we're passing in something. Pressed self button up. Oh, this is the target location. So once an array. Exit. So this will be the target location. Action when button released. Jump to target location. What if we don't want to let them get to that location? What if we actually want to stop them at this point? We're going to need some sort of call here. Like, do we allow them to proceed? God, there's so much you could do with this. I'll come back to that. So here we add the exit button to the user interface. Just put some notes in so we know what's going on. A little to do in there. Okay. It's going to crash when I do this.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating's left on, your mouth is dry.
Doesn't like that. Invalid target location on base string. Oh, of course, yeah, it's trying to load up the next object. So that's working pretty good. So here, what we need to do is say if there's nothing there. So if let's say there's no, if exit name, no, if target location is an empty string, then we just skip it. Yeah. So now we should only get one button. Cool. Nice. Okay, so now we've got to, it must be morning. So now we've got to set up our elevator quarters, because we're taking them in here, right? So again, this is old, so we're going to set up new one, target location. So elevator, no, go back into the quarters. Exit name is quarters. Turn to quarters. Yeah, and footsteps will be our transition audio. And number 2 will be elevator R&D. Exit name is press R&D. I don't know, it's like a button in the lift, right? That's a bit shit, but okay. So what's our transition audio? Lift ding, something like that. Or it would just be lift, right? Because they're gonna go. Okay, and so very similar to that would be elevator medical. And then I'll take that description as well. Press medical. You know what? Bit of it. Floor 2 medical. Yeah. Lift. Floor 1 R&D. And then return to quarters. Okay, perfect. And then if I hit play now, that should work, right? Yep. I could probably redo the order. Can we change the order of these? Damn. If we wanted to change the order, we needed like an order value. By the looks of things. That's annoying. So that you could actually reorder these rather than having to type them in again. Okay, so let's put the I mean, technically we could just copy this over then delete it. Wouldn't make any difference. So elevator R&D, gonna have to put these all in. Elevator R&D would be so you're now on the R&D floor. Exit to R&D. Yeah, I think I got it wrong with the quarters, right? It shouldn't be return to quarters. It should be exit left to quarters. So this is exit left R&D, target name is R&D, and this would be footsteps, right? You're already out the lift, happy days. Elevator medical, elevator medical, so this will be medical. This would be exit left to medical, and this would be footsteps. And then this is going to be elevator. Oh man, this is so boring. I've got to do this again. So it's elevator R&D floor 1. We've got to make sure this is the same, right? So the first one should obviously be quarters, R&D, and medical, right? Okay, let's say that I need this written down. It's getting too complicated. My God, I mean, look, you know what? We don't even need medical. We know all this stuff's going to get ditched anyway. Let's just stick with R&D. So, quarters, super. So we're going to wipe this stuff out. Gone. Happy days. Welcome to 2 floors. Simplify our life a bit. Just in the prototype set, there's no point going overboard here. So exit lift to R&D, and then elevator quarters is our target location. Our exit name is floor. Which floor is it? If the quarters says floor 1, that means that the quarters is floor 2. Floor 2. Crew quarters. And this would be lift. R&D would be the same as the quarters, right? So it would be enter the elevator. So R&D, elevator, enter lift. I think that's what we wrote there as well, right? Yep. So that could be really useful, having that as a drop down rather than like a. So that'll be something I'll be looking for, a win. And target location for the elevator is elevator R&D. Super. Right, we should be able to transition around these, yeah. Chances of working first time. Yeah. R&D crashes. Background audio is missing. For R&D? No. Oh. No. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, node not found. Exit lift to R&D. Have I got these wrong? Exit name R&D. R&D. Elevator quarters. I've definitely got a name wrong somewhere here. Yeah, it's not found the node. It's not found the node. Is it the and? The ampersand? So what's the current location for the player? Let's open this up a bit. Yeah, that's wrong. Current location, exit lift to R&D. I've got it in here wrong. Yeah, I've got this backwards. Egypt. Oh, what have I done? Nothing. Right. So that should be that. That should be that. So easy to get this stuff wrong. Okay. I wonder if it makes more sense to like have blooming arrows pointing places, but you know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, the old text games would have like north, south, east, and west. I just found that a bit cumbersome. I mean, it's alright if you're traversing huge areas, but it's not. I wouldn't say this is ideal, but it's alright. Can we hear the... Yep. Back into the elevator. Quick quarters. Oops. What? So I'm in R&D. I enter the elevator. I go to floor 2, and I go into the quarters. Yep. Okay. That's fine. That works. All right. So we've got that working. When we've got something working like that, then... Oops, sorry. Oof, blast your ears. We've got something like that working. You know what it's time for? It's time for a commit. Yeah, let's do a commit. All right. So we've updated the exit object, whatever we call it. So exits now include a target location, a text string, want of a better name, an exit name, and a audio transition. So next up, let's get the audio transition in. Okay, how can we make this an object with a list of, and a drop down? So let's see if I can say Godot tool editor drop down list. Yeah, so I read about this before. The tool keyword, so you put tool at the top. It allows you to create helpers, and essentially that's what we're trying to do. We want to add docs and menu items to display custom UI elements in the editor. Oh, that's plugins. Wow. All right, I'm not at this level yet. I mean, perhaps, but I think one step at a time. That's a big jump. That's a lot of energy to expend on a simple problem, especially if the game is going to be like, you know, relatively small. It's not huge. You know, we need to weigh up how much effort it takes to solve the problem we've got at hand, and you know, what's the cost or time saving if we decide to take a shortcut. So I don't think creating something that in depth is wise or worthwhile. So what I might do though is create some sort of transition audio list and auto load it. So I'm going to create a script. Use script. We're going to call this transitions, or how about audio library? Let's call it an audio library. much of this, but stick it down there. Okay, so how's that audio library going to work? It is essentially a big list of options. Again, much like our list of, we want to create a drop-down list of transition audio. We want to be able to load that audio when it's required. We also want to do the same thing with our what do you call it? Our background audio. So we've got transition audio. I wonder if enums are the way to go here. Man. So we've got to map something to that, but that would solve our problem if we could do that. Let's just try it out in location. So this should give us a, we can't, how do we export that? Oh, 2 lines. Okay, let's try that. What? So what's that doing? We're setting an enum called drop-off with values of linear, square, or none. Then we're exporting drop-off, and we're saying its default value is linear, I think. So let's go look at our location. Ah, look at that. Yeah, it's exactly what we want to do. But we want to pull this information from a separate script because that list could be big. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so our dictionary is good enough. We're using dictionaries. So this. This is interesting. I need to absorb this. Okay, so all rejected. None of this is taken on board. It's a shame. So GD script enums are not allowed to be string values. Does this actually work? Okay. I mean, an enum makes sense. Can we have enum dictionary? Oh, I think this is what I'm looking for. So yeah, so auto load is definitely what I want. Create a neutral script that has enum defined. Load the script as a constant on other scripts, allowing you to script name enum value script enum. Redeclare the enum in each script used to use it. Wait until an acceptable process. C# enums available without doing anything special. Load modules via namespaces. All right, let's look at some enum examples. So wait, can I not have string-based enums? Is that what that last one is telling me? So if that's the case, it's a pain in the ass. You can have exported string values, the property hint enum flag. I mean, ultimately, I'm just trying to make a super easy drop down. So it's worth thinking about this because it makes it easier to data input. I'm just wondering. I mean, maybe that's all we need actually. The issue I'm expected to see here is that let's go back to our audio library. I'm expecting to see an issue where, how do we define what the file name is? So if we say, okay, so this would be enum transition audio, right? And then what are our values? And then we've got to have a big if statement that says, you know, this is this and this is this and so on. That's not very useful. It's actually more useful to have a dictionary. Okay, I think we'll just create a dictionary. Like this. So I'll have a lift. Nope, it's var export. It's not an export, it's just a var transition audio. So we're going, what do we have? We have lift. Yeah, and then we need to define the audio. So like lift sound dot ogg, right? And then the next one. What's the next one going to be? Footsteps. And then footsteps, or we'll call it footsteps indoors. Footsteps indoors. I mean, maybe we could use an enum and just base the file that's loaded on the name of the enum. Good work. Can we do that? Okay, let's try this. What do you have to do it in? Don't understand why you've got to do that in caps. Oh, I see. We're referencing default value. So, okay, so we'll have none as our default value. But then we're going to have, this is going to be our big list, right? So we can have footsteps indoors. We can have footsteps outside. We can have enter lift, exit lift, lift change floor. Doesn't like it. No, doesn't like to have dashes on an enum value. What about underscore? Yeah, happy with that. Nope. Invalid index, none. Oh, right, of course, yep. None. Okay, cool. So if I export that, yeah, which I am, we look over here. Oh, we don't have, yeah, there's no point exporting it. I've got to export it at the point that I read it in. Oh, so actually what I'm doing is I'll be creating a transition audio inside my dictionary, I think. Let's start simple. Really playing around with how this stuff works. So I don't even know if we need to extend a node, to be honest, do we? Maybe. Right, so we're going to go into auto load this script up. All right, add. There we go. Cool. So that now means that this is accessible everywhere. So it's audio library dot transition audio, I think. So we don't want to export it anymore. So now we need to, I just want to make sure everything's still working. Yep. I'm just going to turn off all this debug info. Don't need that anymore. Not at the moment, at least. Okay, close that. And we're only interested in our audio control. Nope, we're not interested in that. We're only interested in our audio library. And then what script's going to access this? Location. Okay, so I want to access data from that here. So if I go back into audio library and do our export, let's just have a look at that example here. Right, script name.enum name.enum value. So I'll just do a printout here. So the script name is the audio library dot enum name, which is transition audio, and then the value is footsteps indoors. So what's that going to print? It's going to print 0. Oh yeah. Oh. Sometimes get that where your game's running. Yep, 0, 0, 0, 0. Quarters. We're only doing it once. Yeah, we're only doing it when location's loaded. So look, 4 times we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. So that's working. So does that mean that I don't know what that means. How do we access? Okay, well, let's just try this first of all. So we want to export the enum values, kind of the same way we did here. So yeah, because this is, so can we make this a key pair? So transition audio, can I do that? Gonna break everything. Quarters. I have to reset one of these. I'm going to just duplicate R&D. Oops. Duplicate R&D. Clear this out and open it up. Nope. Just give me 0, which is the value, obviously. Oh, of course, yeah. Just want that, right? Let's try that. Okay. Now it's giving me a dictionary size, but it isn't allowing me to pick one. It's giving me all of them. Wow. It's 10:30. I don't like leaving on a problem like this. So we want to have a so it seemed to work on here. Yeah, okay. We're saying this export is of type enum, essentially. How do I do that inside the dictionary? Let's see about we define dictionary values. Mister. Dog's a bit unhappy. Let's have a play. Do you think that? I don't know if that would work. God. I mean, the best way to work out is just to play around with it. All right, let's try that then. It's a bit of a different idea, but so we'll try export. Okay. I'm not going to see that anyway because it's the same concept though, right? So if location had that instead, so just undo this. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Can we do that instead? Let's try that. So in our audio library, we're saying var. Don't want to export. Maybe we do have to export. Maybe we can access that in the location then. So it would be it's not giving us any help here. My color. Let's be happy with that. Let's just, if I hit dot. Yep, seems to recognize that. Let's just try that. Let's transition audio here. Okay, and we're gonna put some pitch in here, reset it. No. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna delete R&D2. Save game. Save location. Sorry, go back to 2D. Duplicate that. Reset the exit object. Go into the array and nothing. Am I missing something here? I'd have thought I'd get something there. Just set up something new here. So we're not messing with existing objects too much. Call it test. And we're going to have, yeah, we'll just have this one value in there. Right? So go in here, test. We get an actual dictionary. So that's with it. That's using an export. What is that? What's the equivalent of that? Maybe I just don't understand the export command. You can have an export hint in the form of an argument to the export. Well, I mean, we're not making much progress today. Just doing a lot of learning. Should do more off camera, to be honest, but difficult when I'm working a full-time job as well. Something to play around with, though. I don't think I'm going to do a commit right now. Let's see what we've changed. We've added this audio library script, which isn't working. We've commented out that, and we've done some tests. So we're in a good place right now just to mess around. I might do some more messing around with this off camera if I get a chance. But I think we're going to stop there because that's an hour and a half. And we'll be tuning in tomorrow if you want to see where we're at and learn more about bringing these values in. I'm going to jump into the Godot help Discord channel, see if I can get some help on this. Maybe someone's got some good clues. But thanks for joining the stream. As always, stay safe. Stay 2 meters away from your fellow humans and look after yourself.